Hi, this is Senator Robert Karnes. Wanted to talk a little bit today about some of the things we're looking at doing in the Senate this year. Some of the things I'm really interested in doing in the Senate this year. I'd like to say to all the folks that I've never had a chance to speak to, as always, appreciate your support, appreciate you giving me a chance to come down here and work for West Virginia and try to get our state back on a firm footing. So with that said, some of the things that I am working on this year, I've been appointed to chair the Select Committee on Tax Reform, and I've spent the last year and a half on a joint committee on tax reform where we've heard an awful lot of things about what's going on with our tax code in West Virginia and how that's affecting businesses and some of the potential remedies that we might have to cause tax reform to be a real engine to help grow West Virginia back into the state I believe it should be, and I think most West Virginians think it should be, which is a national leader instead of at the bottom all the time. And so on that tax reform committee, some of the things that we're really looking at, and I think that we've got a really good shot this year with this governor, with this legislature, of being able to achieve is some fairly massive changes in the way we collect income tax, even to the point that we may be able to eliminate the income tax over the next year or two, and I think we've got a good shot at that. The income tax is a great target because when we look at the states in the country that don't have an income tax, their growth rates are well above the national average. And I don't think that's an accident. I think it's because of this good tax policy that says that we're not going to punish capital, we're actually going to reward capital and capital formation, because it's capital that eventually creates the jobs that we all want to see come to West Virginia. The next thing that tax reform is going to be working on this year, the Tax Reform Committee, is the personal property tax, which as I travel around and talk to people, I always get that question of, why is it we cut all this timber here? Why is it that we drill and we get all the gas out of the ground and all this coal and we're shipping it to other parts of the country, sometimes other parts of the world? The personal property tax is probably the #1 reason why we do that. The personal property tax makes it very expensive to have a manufacturing facility in West Virginia. It makes it very expensive to have a power plant in West Virginia. It makes it expensive to do so many of the things that lead to that job creation, to the manufacturing jobs, and so personal property tax is why those jobs left, and it's solving that particular issue is how we get those jobs back. But it's a very complex issue in that counties, school boards, municipalities rely very heavily on that tax, and so it's real simple to say it's a tax that we need to look at reducing or abolishing, but it's not a real simple solution to get there. And so the responsibility of the tax committee is very much going to be making sure we can do that in a way that's both responsible and effective at getting rid of the tax or reducing the tax and protecting our local governments, because as I think most of you recall, very much a local government supporter. I believe very much in local government. So that's the tax reform side of things, and then I think we're going to see a lot of reforms in our education system this year. And this year I'm also, in addition to chairing the tax committee, I'm also the vice chair of the education committee. And I think we're going to see a lot of things. We're going to finish pulling the Common Core stuff out of the school system, I hope to see. We're going to get rid of the SBAC testing, I believe. And we're going to just do some general education reform measures that help our local school boards be more effective, help our principals be more effective in the class or in the schools, and our teachers to be more effective in the classrooms. Some of those might be the 180-day requirement that can be adjusted in some way for the counties that have a lot of snow days. Some of it may be some personnel requirements that really don't help with the educational mission that we charge our schools with. So there's very many things that we can do with education, and I hope to hear from a lot of my constituents on that issue as to their suggestions on ways we can improve and empower our teachers, our principals, our local school boards. So these are some of the things I'm working on this year. Again, thank you for all your support in the past, and my office door is always open and always welcome visitors to come down from my district or even outside the district to hear what your concerns are on how we can bring West Virginia from where we are to a much more prosperous future. So thank you for watching my video, and you have a good day.